They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He'll have a first down past the 40. Snead's got it. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On the ready. Let's go one more. Jim. Hey, what?
They go play action with Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 26. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's go, D.
From the 30 on second down, Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
40. Here we go. Like 20. Hey, we got to get the stop here, D.
He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. On is the rookie fourth-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. With it is Brown. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. It's the Chiefs that have jumped out to the early lead against the Raiders. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence, Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Here we go. 180.
Right now, let's go. Not today, you are. Not today.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Richie James, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this.
Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 16.
21. Greystone, travel.
Mike 48. I'm coming after you. Ship.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Switch.
21. Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Screenplay, McKinnon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 52.
They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I know he ain't got it. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hey, 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Lock! 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 Hey! High 7! You got that?
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Here we go.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
1st down, 49ers.
Here we go.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
21.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
12.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Here we go. 180. 21.
Watch the screen. Switch.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. James has got it, complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
We got to get to the ball, G. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. 25. Check 25.
12, fellas. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Jerick McKinnon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. It's hard to know who's more dynamic between quarterback Lamar Jackson and that man Hollywood Brown. But they're just going to try to get the ball in Brown's hands early and often like they did there and see what he can produce. So many folks in Baltimore excited about this young pup, and for good reason. The rookie first-rounder out of Oklahoma is explosive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Jackson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
54's Mike, 54's Mike. Check.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Jackson will throw again. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get it.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Here we go. Wait!
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike 41. Tighten up.
21. Here we go. Hey, orbit.
Check.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Man open, it's Goodwin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Ingram again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Second year with the Ravens for Hurst. He didn't have the rookie season he was hoping for, just 13 catches. Remember, he's older than the average second-year player. He spent 2 seasons as a pitcher in minor league baseball before hanging up the glove and heading to the gridiron. Now he says he's more determined than ever. Put on 20 pounds of muscle in the offseason. Says he's on a mission with a lot to prove this year. Jackson now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
You ain't going nowhere.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, they go with Dixon. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Crunch time, defense.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
Third and 9.
Set, hut. 51. 6 yards. I got one. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it to go. Mike 54.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception,
Here we go.
a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Flushed out right. It's caught by Coleman. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down.
Here we go. 21.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Jackson from the shotgun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4, Mike's by 4. We got to get the ball, D, get the ball.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a handoff right side. It's Dixon. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kenneth Dixon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Here we go. 180. 11. 55.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Garoppolo. This is Coleman with a grab. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And it's hauling this in from Garoppolo. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Garoppolo to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
13. 41 Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Hey, let's go. What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Hey, gun. Here we go. 41's the Mike.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 50-60 outlaw. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
Griffin down to a knee, and that should be the final act in this game.
A loss of a yard. It's now third and 13.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for the Ravens, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.